first piece going out is Mr. Elvis. He is going in a 15 by 10 by 6 box. I'm going to get some peanuts put right on top, and it looks like I'm going to need some more peanuts. So I'll grab some more out of here and get these tucked in around him so that he is not moving around. All right, that should do it. And this is a 15, 10, 6 box. So I already kind of knew what size this one was because I had measured Elvis, his box. So 15, 10, 6. And I'll get this all taped up. All right, and this box weighs 1 pound, 13 ounces. Next pair of shoes is a pair of Kurus. I just picked these up. These are going to go in a 12-6-4. So I'm going to get those all wrapped up. All right, and these weigh 1 pound, 11 ounces. All right, these are a pair of Echo loafers. I'm going to go ahead and drop those right in a 12-6-4 box. And I'm going to get this, oops, another box went over the side. And I'm going to go ahead and get this all taped up. Okay, and this box is going to weigh 1 pound and 14 ounces. All right, these are a pair of Hokas, women's Hokas. I'm going to put these in a 12-6-4. I think they're going to fit, and if they don't, then I will have to, yeah, those aren't going to fit in there. Okay, so I'm going to have to put something else in there. The Hokas are just, they're too big. So let me go ahead and get something else, and I'll come right back. All right, I did get a bigger box this time, so I'm going to put them right in here in a 12-10-6, just like that. And then I will get this taped up. The Hokas were a little too bulky for my normal shoe box. So these are going in a 12-10-6. And this box is going to weigh 2 pounds of the vase. These are going to go in a 12-10-6 box. I'm going to put just a little bit of peanuts on them just because I don't want those to get cut into because they are a fabric. So I got those right there. So this is a 12-6-4 box. That's my normal shoe box that I usually wear or usually use for shoes. So, and these are going to, let's get this tape on here. Okay, so the Vivias are going to weigh 1 pound, 3 ounces. Sonoma ladle. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to drop this in a box. I mean, obviously, I can't think that any of this would break. So I'm just going to put it. It's actually in a 12-6-4 box as well. You guys know how I love my 12-6-4 boxes. And this one isn't very heavy, so don't expect it to be too much. So that box weighs 10 ounces. Wallet. It's going to go in one of my cardboard mailers. I love these cardboard ones. They're thick like cardboard, and they have the bubbles in them. So they're really, really durable. I'm just going to go ahead and, I don't know why, but I'm going to put a piece of tape over the top. These are a 9 by 6, and that looks like about probably about a 1. So 961, and it weighs 6 ounces. All right, this is a leather sack purse. I'm actually just going to put this in a 12-6-4 just because I already have one made up, and it'll fit in there real nicely. It's a really soft purse, so I can fold it a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some peanuts on the top, and I'm going to go ahead and get this guy taped up. And that box weighs 1 pound, 10 ounces. All right, I have some Lego minifigs. I'm gonna actually put these in a 6x6 box. I do have them, wrapped in a plastic bag too, just because I sold them as a set and I wanted to make sure they all stayed together. So I am going to go ahead and get this box wrapped up. It's just a little 6x6 box. These aren't very big, so they don't really need much. All right, and this box is going to weigh 8 ounces. Okay, so I have some, this is actually vintage Laurel Birch fabric. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this right in a bubble mailer. It's just fabric pieces, so it'll go right in there. And I'm gonna have to take a measurement, obviously, because these bubble mailers are always gonna be different. This one is going to be 15 by 13 by 2, and it weighs 13 ounces. Sandals, wedges, these are actually going to go in a 10 by 10 by 5. You know, sometimes when you buy these things, they're a little bit bulkier than a regular shoe box. So these are going to go in a 10 by 10 by 5. And this box is going to weigh 2 pounds. The Costa Boda vases, it's so pretty. This is actually going to go in a little 6x6 box. This is a very small vintage piece made by one of their original artisans over there. His stuff, and I want to say it's Valian. Was his name. His stuff seems to do pretty well from the time that he was making things. So, and his wife also made pieces, and her last name was the same, and it seems like both of their pieces do very well. So I am always on the lookout for their pieces. So not bad for a tiny little vase. Well, I'm not even sure it's a bud vase. It probably, because of the size being so small, it probably would just go in like one of those wall curio things. So that is a 6x6x6 box. I'm gonna grab some fragile stickers for this, just because it is. I mean, this thing is wrapped so well. It's nothing should happen to it. But I will grab fragile stickers just because. You know, I like my fragile stickers. And that little vase is in a 6x6x6 and it's going to weigh 8 ounces. I'm just going to take a quick piece of bubble wrap, and the reason is because I don't want it poking out of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and get this little guy just wrapped up in this. You know, obviously it's not going to break. It's heavy and you know, quite large, but I am going to just stick it in there in that 8x6x4 box, and I already had some peanuts in there, and I'm just going to put a couple right on the top, and then I'm going to get this little guy wrapped up. So as I said, this is an 8x6x4 box, and this little box is going to weigh 13 ounces. These are women's shoes, actually. Cobb Hill is a part of Rockport, but these are actually women's shoes, and this is a 12.64, and I'm going to just get it all taped up. And this box is going to weigh 1 pound, 8 ounces. Carmen 56, arriving at the station. I'm just going to drop this in a little 8x6x4 box, and I'm going to put a little bit of peanuts on the side just so it doesn't get you know, knocked around. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this taped up. All right, and there's my little Seasons Bay, and it's an 864, and it weighs 1 pound, 2 ounces. In this order, and it's a Rails sweater and a Brooks Brothers shirt, and I do think this is a viewer. So thank you so much. It's actually going to go in a 10-10-5 box. I'm just going to put a little bit of peanuts on the top to keep it from, you know, in case she cuts into it with scissors. So there is a 10-10-5. And, oh, of course, ran out of tape, so we'll go ahead and we'll get a new thing of tape on this one. And this box is going to weigh 1 pound, 12 ounces. Dansko sandals. These are actually going to go in a 12-6-4. I'm just going to put a little bit of peanuts on there just to keep them in there. All right, and this box is going to weigh 1 pound and 5 ounces.